Alrighty, y'all. Thank you very much for your patience. With that, Sanjan is ready with her run of Chrono Cross. So Sanjan, please take it away.
All right, hello everyone. I'm Sanjan, and I'll be running Chrono Cross. Just to quickly introduce myself, I speedrun a lot of RPGs, Chrono Cross included. Just for transparency, this is not a full game run because we're going to be doing the first third of the game because the entire run of this is 6 hours. 6 hours. And I know you all want to hear me and my fellow commentator Izala. Say hi.
Hello, I'm Izala. I'm a semi-retired speedrunner of this game, but still like to follow it. So excited to see this run, and hopefully meet the incentive.
Yeah. So we have get us to $1,000. And I will do a blindfolded Dario fight, and he's a super boss of it, so it's gonna be really cool to see. But yeah, so yeah, this is the first start of the game, but there's still gonna be a lot of content that you're all gonna see, and it's gonna be a really good run. So, without further ado, Marcy, what will Surge's name be?
That's a great question. Let me go ahead and give this one more refresh here to make sure that I am the most up to date on this. Let's see. With that, we have a tie. Geppetto and Plor have both taken it with $25 each. Now, I think that means you get to choose. However, I will suggest the 12 characters is the limit for this, right?
Yeah. I actually was thinking. I was thinking Geplorto. I don't know. I think you're gonna have to help me spell it because spelling is not my strong suit.
Well, I can certainly help with that. Let's see. That would be spelled G-E.
And you can be as creative as you want on this spelling combination.
T-L-O-R.
Wait, is it G-E?
G-E.
Yep.
T-L-O-R.
T or
T-T-O. G-E-P-L.
G-E-P-L.
Mm-hmm.
P-L.
O-R.
O-R.
T-T-O.
T-T-O. All right, we did it. How's that?
Geplorto. My favorite son, Geplorto. Who doesn't love a Geplorto in the morning?
Geplorto, my beloved. All right.
So thank you very much, chat, for getting those donations in. Sanjan, I'm so excited for this run.
Yeah, it's going to be a great showing, and also the soundtrack for this game is a banger. So without further ado, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this game kind of opens you up in sort of just like a dream sequence. We always start with Surge, aka Geplorto, this blonde-haired girl we'll meet later, and then the third character is random. We got Doc.
Doc's actually a good one. It's only 3 characters, so all your text is slightly faster.
Yeah, so this first part is just pretty much supposed to give you an introduction to this game, but you're already gonna see some fun sort of platforming here. We gotta dodge these big mechs here, and we have a funny bat, as I like to call. These bats can be very problematic, and yeah, I got myself trapped on one, so we are just gonna skip this battle here. And these bats can be pretty hard to dodge just because like they have such a long range and they fly around, so a little unfortunate, but that's okay. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, Chrono Cross is the successor to Chrono Trigger, but like a lot of the makeup of this game was much different. Or this game operates like quite differently from Chrono Trigger.
Well, I've noticed you have a third dimension here compared to Chrono Trigger's 2 dimensions.
Yep, so I think Chrono Trigger released on the SNES. I am not,
Yes.
And then this game released on the PS1. Oh. This is some RPG jerk bats. The classic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, with that segment done, we're pretty much going to be entering into a lot of cutscenes. So I will warn that there is a lot to talk about in terms of the game mechanics, because the game mechanics in this game are quite complex. And Izala knows much more about the game mechanically than I do, surprisingly. Sorry, that sounded me, but just like I don't run this. I have not run this game as long as Izala does, and he knows a lot more about the game and like did a lot of the research into like the inner mechanics. So big kudos to him.
Yeah, I'm sure we will get into that as we start to do like some of the battles, point out like some of the mechanics, but it is pretty complicated, and the game, like, they're all important from the beginning. You don't even get eased into them.
Yeah, even in this, so like for people who are new to speedrunning this game, because the full game speedrun is 6.5 hours or like 7.5 hours if you're playing this on a PS1. Also, you're gonna see this cutscene a lot. Yeah. There's weird things happening in this place, so the first 2 hours of this game is also like a very good introduction to all of the mechanics that you'll be encountering.
You know, I'm seeing some great ideas in chat. Hey, chat, as a reminder, we do have that second character name bid war as well for Glenn's name to be chosen by y'all. I'm seeing a lot of love for this Japlortu guy getting named instead of Glenn, of course. I think we need a minimum of $16 to have Japlortu take the lead there. But hey, if you put it towards that bid war, you're also putting it towards the incentive to see that blindfolded Dario fight at the end of this run. So definitely make sure to get that money in. We would love to see Japlortu be multiplying.
You know the hero, the star of the show for the Dario fight? Do you know something really funny?
Who?
The character's name is Marcy.
Oh my god, she's just like me for real.
I know, like, oh my gosh, like that's such an awesome name. Like, chat, like I think we should hit the incentive so we get to see Marcy like beat up a bad guy, like the super bad guy.
I love like beating up like super bad guys. Let me tell you, bad guys are bad and evil, and I would love to beat them all up, especially for $75 raised for this wonderful mutual aid event.
That like sounds so good.
Oh my gosh, you're so sweet to me. Thank you.
You're always welcome. Heart emoji.
Heart emojis. Hashtag winning.
Yeah, so we are just going through a bunch of dialogue here, and we're just gonna go into shop here and purchase these elements as all if you want to start explaining it.
Yeah, so in the first part of the game here, of course we have a shopping segment right away because it is an RPG. And so for now we're just equipping these two fireballs. One of the reasons that we're going to want to use elements early, and something you'll notice throughout the game, is that all of the physical attacks have a chance to miss and elements will always hit. So it's just going to be really helpful in some of these early fights where we're fighting multiple enemies to get some guaranteed hits in. Faster the fights go, the less opportunity they have to do more attacks, which are really slow to see.
Yeah, so story-wise, we're fetching a lot of stuff for Japlortu's friend, Lena here. Sorry, I have to like focus on this. So I have to like make sure this camera is good. Yep. So I'm gonna say there's a lot with this battle system. So you see here, there's a sort of like accuracy system that is going on here. Actually, that's good RNG.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So there's a sort of just like stamina system where you start, or like you can do like for regular attacks, you can do like a light hit, which is 1. I think that's it better. I kind of went through it really fast.
I didn't quite see.
Yeah. I just saw like longer text.
We are looking for some specific items here in order to complete kind of like the first like story quest, they have a chance of dropping in the fights, but there's backups for everything. So of course it's faster if they drop.
Yeah. Yeah. Ideally, we want to actually try to get 1 Fang, which is the easiest to get, 2 Humors, and 1 Feather. We do have a backup for Feathers, but if we do not get Humors, we'll have to fight some extra encounters. So I like to say I would like to ideally not be humorless by the end of this segment here. It looks like we will be, because we got a lot of friendly neighborhood lizards. Alright, I'm gonna full send this 3 and hope I hit. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, that's actually a really good set of fights. So you'll notice that the stamina system, when I do a light hit, it takes off 1 stamina. A medium hit, 2 stamina, a strong hit, 3 stamina, and you'll also see that, like, as you try to do stronger hits, it's less accurate. And you also notice when I casted magic there, you'll notice that it uses up 7 stamina, which is like the full stamina.
Sanjan, I have an interesting question.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine, Sanjan. I just had an interesting question for you.
Sure.
You know, during that Dario fight, how much dialogue does Marcy have actually during that?
She actually doesn't talk much, unfortunately, but you'll actually see her later in this run. She, you know, funny enough, she's actually a boss we get to fight, so we get to fight you as well.
Ooh, interesting. Well, hey, I've heard she's a bit of a valley girl, and I myself am also a girl from the valley as well. So hey, maybe it's an added bonus for hitting that incentive. We can really see how Marcy Valley Girl plays out here. Plus, I would say we have a $5 donation from Satan herself saying, Sanjan, you're the Chrono-iest crosser that I know and a great friend. Donating with this name because we need double of this excellence, and for the hosts, in parentheses, question mark, to beat up the boss blindfolded. What? 3 question marks? And that has an attached bid of Jiplur 2 for that Glen bid war for that character name. So that puts it in 2nd place, right behind Yeehaw with $10, $15 actually for it. So yeah, we need another $10 to get it tied up with Yeehaw!
You know, I like think that it's like so punny. I think we should, you know, so like that incentive like ends in like about an hour, and like an hour, like about 50 minutes from now, like that passes like really fast. So like
that's so dry.
Get your donations in, and also that contributes to being able to meet the blindfolded incentive. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We're like only $70 away from hitting that incentive, chat. That is like not that much money, especially when we're benefiting such a wonderful cause. Our friend Doodleplex, aka Sarah, with her housing and financial instability. All these donations are going to that wonderful cause of helping her get back on her feet and find the stability she is currently lacking. So make sure to get those donations in, and hey, maybe we can see Jiplur 2 come to the lead for that bid war.
My god, it's just like a big Jiplur army. Get your donations in. Yeah, there's a lot to this game story-wise, and especially towards the end, which we're not going to. You basically kind of need a PhD to understand what's going on. Kind of reminds me of some certain other series that I played. But basically here, there's strange happenings going on here, and you'll definitely notice it once, because if you notice like how the soundtrack played in the first town we were in, you'll know you're gonna notice a lot of subtle changes coming up here after this cutscene plays. This is just an average day of in the Chrono lands.
Also, where did Lena go? She was just there before the cutscene started.
Yeah, now she just like magically just like walked off, I guess.
What in the Disney property is going on right now?
like, oh my god, I wish I knew.
Oh my gosh, that would be like so nice if we knew that. It's like unknowable, or whatever the word is.
Alright, I'm actually gonna check after I take control to see if I got the feather. Because then I could do like I don't have to get the feather. I will have to take some extra encounters though, which means more time anyhow, but anyhow for donations. Yeah,
That is so right.
Yeah, the thing about a lot of this game is that it's quite RNG heavy, and it shows like overall because we haven't really explained the stat system as all yet. If you want to explain some of it.
Sure. So the way that stats in this game work, there's not really levels or experience in the traditional sense. There's just certain bosses or other fights, not all bosses technically, where the fight is considered a star fight, and for star fights specifically, you get a round of like stats going up afterwards. So on the Amakanova fight, Surge did get +1 strength, which is good. We want to see strength ups on Surge just to keep the fights quick. But the fun thing about it is the stat ups are actually random. So there was a chance.
Yeah, the stat changes can kind of... So, like, there's, like, a sort of base stats that can vary towards characters. There is a weighted thing that if they are extremely low, like, they'll... It's a kind of a complicated scenario, but basically for this run, So for Surge, we would want strength, and for the other characters, we would want, like, slightly different stats. But basically more strength/magic equals more damage, which, of course, more damage is good because... there are some, like, pretty large damage ranges that we have to account for. Yeah, also, when we talk to this Lena, she doesn't seem to recognize us, so... something freaky has gone on.
It's been so long since I've seen my dear friend Japlorto here on this dock.
And yeah, so Japlorto is just like, why does no one in this town recognize me? And Lena is just like, yeah, you kind of died like 10 years ago. And so now we're basically going to try to visit the gravesite to like see like what the heck is going on because, you know, clearly Japlorto is alive.
Honestly, their life is like so Japlorto over.
So true. It's so unfortunate.
Unjablitor Fortnite. I'm sorry, I tried.
I appreciate your effort. Alright, so I will actually take probably a second encounter here to get 2 humors. So the thing is with this system is that the general summary is that each enemy drops like regular loot and also rare loot. So the rare loot is 10%. Wow. Yeah, so you'll see how like the very RNG nature of the game. Like I can hit all of my hits and cry a little bit because I would be in trouble. Or I can hit everything and life is good. But yeah, so for some of the bosses, I would ideally like rare drops, but there are some bosses where I intentionally actually want the common drop. And that plays a lot sort of just like later into the run. Oh wow, actually 11 strength on Japlorto is really, really good for this fight.
You got the other fun mechanic, because that's not a star fight, but there's also this thing called mini stars, where if you do a certain number of normal fights in between the star fights, you have a chance at getting a +1 for some of the stats, or more for HP, which also guarantees that after the next boss fight, you will get another +1. So that's really good.
Yeah. There is a pretty complicated formula, and I would say like the leveling system can be like a little bit jarring to people getting into this game just because it operates a lot differently. Like you don't have like a straightforward like grinding system where you can just like grind regular enemies. Like you get most of your stat levels leveled up from bosses. Oh yeah, it's that blonde girl we just saw from the beginning. She talks like a pirate. Kind of. But yeah, the other two characters with the yellow armor, they are kind of like parody characters similar to Biggs and Wedge. You got Salt and Pepor. And yeah, so this is our second boss fight. It is actually quite a bit complex because I have to basically look at the damage that I do.
It turns out the girl that joined us for the fight here also starts off with stats, like may have had stat ups at this point. We don't exactly know what she's at till we attack.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to see 19 through 20 or 20 plus damage, but anything is acceptable. Okay, so that's kind of low damage. Oh, that is not great. Yeah, and so if you get misses, you basically kind of just like have to pretty much just make up the fight as you go. So as you see here, I have to basically work around like getting misses.
You'll also notice that when Surge attacks, it's building up stamina on the girl character, and when she attacks, it'll build back up stamina on Surge. This is like, it becomes like a balancing act of trying to be able to like restore stamina on your characters to get the most action.
Yeah, this is actually like a really bad fight because of all these misses. And a lot of it is just like trying to balance out what you can do. And also like in addition, when I mentioned we have a sort of just like action system. The enemies also have a action system, and that in itself is a little complex. If you want to explain that.
Yeah. The way that it works is you can think of it as like each enemy has kind of an internal counter that works similar to stamina but in the opposite direction. So whenever you perform actions, that counts down, and when it gets to 0 or goes below 0, that's when the enemy takes action. And it works off of similar rules where like the light attack will count it down by 1, the heavy attack counts down by 3, and elements count down by 1. There is some randomization to that value, but we kind of know the general range that it can be in, so all of these fights are routed out to get the most number of attacks in that we can.
Yeah, this will play much more of a role when we face Marcy, but that's generally a good introduction to the system. Like I said, mastering the system is very complicated. There's a lot of things that you have to track in this run. If there's a general script, but if a fight goes south, then you have to sort of adjust. You have to like adjust to the fight on the fly.
Well, do you want to know what it's not complicated?
Sure.
Getting your donations in with the exclamation point donate command in the chat. That's right. Because we have that bid war for the Glenn character name that we still have going on. That's going to be ending in about 30 to 40 minutes from now. We have Jablortu and Good Osborne both tied for second place with $5 each. And Yeehaw in first place with $15 as well. I would love to see Jablortu take the lead here, y'all. That's a $10 donation to tie it up, $11 to get it above. And that would get us ever closer to seeing that blindfolded Dario fight at the end of this run too. We have an only $70 more that we need to raise to hit that incentive. So let's get some donations in. Let's affect that bid war. And I would love to hear from chat themselves what their favorite character in these Chrono Cross games, the Chrono Trigger games, are as well, because I personally love Frog. I think about Frog's theme all the time. Are you familiar with Chrono Trigger at all, Sanjan?
Yeah, so actually, funny story, I played Chrono Cross before I played Chrono Trigger.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm a Luca enjoyer though.
Luca? Nah, that's a fair one. That's a good one.
I like fire, and like she's genuinely an awesome character in Chrono Trigger. But yeah, I did also the most hardest thing ever. Like, oh my gosh, like the most hardest thing was just to say no to Kid 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
If you say yes to her, very bad things happen.
The run's over.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what happens.
Yeah, so if you recruit Kid, you don't get Lena, and we actually really need Lena for a part of this game. Also, we get a very cute pink doggo named Poshel.
Hi, Marshall.
I think there's a Poshel plushie somewhere, maybe, or actually no. I think if there was a good plushie to be had, it would be Poshel. Look, Poshel just looks so happy.
Why is there an otter just flapping its wings in the air?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so story-wise,
Anyways.
story-wise, Surge is still like trying to figure out like what's going on, because like he just had these people like, sorry, it's not Jaflorto, like it's just like, hey, why are these random people like attacking me? And then there's just like, and then Lena's just like, okay, well we can just go to town and see what's up. Sorry for interrupting you, Marcy.
Oh no, you are fine. I was just making sure that you didn't take his name in vain. That is the one and only Japlorta right there.
True.
Who's the Surge you speak of?
Yeah, I don't know who's like, oh my gosh, I don't know who Surge is.
I have like no idea either. That's why I was like so confused about it. Like that's a thing in, well, you don't play this RuneScape, but it's a thing in RuneScape.
RuneScape. Oh my goodness.
I forgot Sanjan's an old school player.
Yeah.
My bad.
I have like 10, 15 total levels from Maxine, so...
That's so cool.
Okay, so I think I can do this. Because... Well, I went kind of early. Yeah. Yeah, so here's just like another tutorial. So you'll notice there's 6... you'll notice like there's a field effect, and... There is, of course, another complicated system that comes in with that field effect, if you want to explain what that is, Azala.
Yeah, so the field effect actually interacts with combat quite a few different ways. The most important way, the thing that we'll use the most throughout the run, is each character has an innate element color, and when the field effect matches their color, or has like, there's a number of colors on the field effect, like at the end there it was 2 red and 1 yellow. For every matching color on the field effect to the innate, it will boost the character's physical damage by 15%. So we'll do a lot of manipulating the field effect in the run to kind of maximize the amount of damage that characters are pushing out.
Yeah, there's a bit of a complicated system with it, because if you so there's 6 elements in total. There's and they're just referred to as colors. So there's red and blue, and then there's green and yellow, and then there's black and white. And so there are 3 pairs each with their own opposing element. And each character also has an innate element. So Jaflorto is innate white element, Lena would be an innate blue element, and Pasho is an innate yellow element.
Gosh, you would think Laporto here would be the green element.
Or pink, or the imaginary pink element.
Or pink. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Lena being... I was gonna say Lena being innate blue is actually the reason that we need to recruit her.
Yeah.
Because the innate color matters for being able to use summons, and we're gonna have to rely on that a bit later.
Yeah, so you're gonna see that later, but definitely get your favorite frog emotes ready for an unspecified reason. But also, yeah, we kind of told Kid off, but she joins our party anyways. It's pretty funny. So we don't need Lena for right now, so we're gonna bring Kid in. And yeah, so story-wise, Kid tells us that we should go break into the manor because there's some information that we need to get, and she wants to steal some stuff. So, and pretty much since we're in the second sort of big town, we're able to upgrade items here. So we're pretty much gonna be upgrading Surge and Kid's items here, and to be able to enter the manor, we have to kind of just like recruit the right person to get us in. And there's three recruitable people, but we can only pick one of them. I can do this menu real quick. Start off the tier first.
You know, speaking of recruits, if you have a moment.
Sure.
We have a $5 donation from Camu that says Uma Pioi, which I think is a reference to the Horse Girl
oh my
MMO.
god. Thanks, Camu.
Which, I don't know what that has to do with this, but thank you, Horse Girls, for your support of saving Sarah.
Oh my.
Horse Girls want to see this blindfolded Dario fight, by the way, chat. And if you love Horse Girls as much as me, you can get your donations in with !donate in the chat. Now, this donation did not go towards the ongoing bid war that we have, but if you want to see Japlor 2 or any other name take that Glenn character name bid war, you can put those donations towards that bid war under incentives. Make sure to hit that add incentive at the bottom of the screen so that it gets added on.
And do this for Japlorto, and also do this for Rice Shower.
Yeah. And that gets us only $65 away from hitting that incentive. So we are well on our way, chat. That's 13 of you giving $5. We can go $5 Horse Girl mode to get that incentive right now.
$5 Horse Girl mode. Like, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Who wants the $5 Horse Girl mode with me?
Alright, so we grab Pierre here because he's the fastest, and we picked the other characters. I think most people pick that mage guy. I forget his name. There's so many names here, but people usually pick that mage guy, and if you grab him, then you have to go through like a really long-winded kind of like back area. But if we pick Pierre, we just sort of blast through the front doors because we're cool like that. But yeah, Surge is actually...
You can pick the hidden fourth option.
Yeah, true. Surge is at a really good strength right now. We actually want to ideally be 13 by this next boss. Yeah, for those of you wondering, Pierre is the class. So each of the characters in this game, like, they have a very particular theme to them. Pierre is kind of just like your average French accent person. But yeah, here we're facing these regular guards, but funny enough, these regular guards are actually a star fight. Wow, Jaflordo. I need you to hit your attacks, please. You're not doing work. Turns
out high strength means nothing if you miss.
Yeah. And yeah, even with like the most ideal stats, like if you do not hit, it's if you do not hit your attacks, it means nothing. Okay, I did not get the strength level there. That's okay.
You know, speaking of making sure we hit things, we have a $5 anonymous donation that says $5 Horse Girl mode activate, which went to the Jablor 2 option for the Glenn character mode bid war. That puts Glenn only $5 away from tying first place, which is, as I may remind you, and that gets us $60 away from that milestone getting hit for the blindfolded Dario fight.
Oh my goodness. You know, there's a lot of support coming out for Jablor 2.
A splurto, if you will.
Right, so this is meant to be yet another tutorial where, like, you get introduced to these fields, and there's actually a chance that this big guy named Ketchup, you know, there's salt, pepper, and ketchup. Funny, very funny things. They're pretty much like your comic relief characters who are supposed to introduce you to mechanics. Alright, so I have very good strength here. Hopefully all of this will hit. Very nice.
Yeah, interestingly, Ketchup can actually miss with all of his attacks there, and if that happens, you don't get the revive cast, which means you don't get the additional white element on the field, which is quite a big nerf to Surge's damage in this fight. I'm sorry, to Flordo.
Yeah, so the reason why we just, like, target Ketchup first because he does his attack, which automatically KOs the other two. It's really funny to see.
Speaking of funny to see, I don't know what to make of this, but we have a $5 donation from Rice Shower Enjoyer that says, please cheer for Rice Shower, frown.
Oh my goodness.
I think, is that a horse girl? Or I think we're getting some love from the horse girls tonight.
Yeah, that's a horse girl. A very popular
Let's go,
horse girl.
girls.
Hey, can my character sit, please? This is, like, scary. Okay. I think all of my characters have been getting hit by smoke screens.
It's okay, you just gotta get all the misses out early.
Yeah, true. So we gotta make sure we grab this. Yeah, so also coming up here is pretty much also one of the major sort of reset points for a lot of top runners. There is a skip that I can do here that is kind of RNG, and it is pretty tough to do because you have to do frame perfect spam here, and if you're able to do this saves like 2 minutes. But first we have to do a couple fun little things. And then I have to make sure I do not mess this part up because I probably have to like close out my game here. I am just gonna take the safe. Yeah, so if I got caught here like early, it'd be really bad because this doesn't happen for whatever reason in the PS1 version, but because of how fast RDE runs, like I can, while opening the door, get into an encounter, and if you walk into the green light, there's like an alarm that goes off, and there's a bunch of them chasing you, and with how escape mechanics work, and you'll kind of see this later, like you can basically be in an infinite battle loop if you get caught by more than 2 enemies, because if you escape from one, you get a cooldown, but it doesn't apply to the other characters. Or, I mean, the other enemies out there, so you do not want to get caught by more than 2 enemies. Thankfully, we don't go that far into the speedrun in the other area where it matters. So I'm just gonna take the backup save here. And so thankfully in RDE, sorry, I should mention, so there's two, so the RDE is the Radical Dreamers edition, which is like the more updated version of this game that was released on PC. It being on PC, it runs faster. Oh, I did not grab the other person. I actually kind of want to show this off, so I'll just escape. It's not a big deal.
Oh, especially because you got 4
Yeah.
4 formation, which is not great.
Yeah. Sorry, so to perform this skip, I just basically have to have this guy chase me and hopefully, and just like go near the door and hopefully, first try every time.
Oh. Nice.
Love it.
Yeah, so now that we've broken into the manor here, there's gonna be a couple fights that we have to do. We get dropped into this prison. You're not meant to be able to solve that upper, sort of just like lock there first time, but...
So because this game loves randomness, the code is actually, like, when we learn the correct code, it will actually be random.
Yeah. And chat, I'll need your help to track the number for me, because remembering numbers is very hard. 2, 3... And so this should be pretty simple. Oh, bye, Peter. We don't need him alive for this fight, so... Hopefully this guy doesn't get a turn. Okay. So actually gonna full send a 3 here.
Is there a specific number you're trying to remember?
So there's gonna be so the key to that puzzle that we saw earlier is actually gonna be random, so that's what I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
We don't know it yet.
Yeah, we won't know it yet until
okay.
like a little later.
Gotcha. Well, I have a random number you might want to keep memorized. Do you want to know what it is?
Sure.
It is $55, which just so happens to be the amount left to hit that blindfolded Dario run at the end of this Chrono cross playthrough. Run and fight. My goodness. Yeah, chat, we only have $55 left if we manage to hit $1,000 by the end of this run. Sanjan here will be showcasing the Dario fight while blindfolded. You will not want to miss this. I am so excited to get to see that showcase here.
All right, maybe the magic number is 55.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great if it turns out that way?
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
So you need to grab that revive there. And the magic number is 36.
Oh. I mean, a $36 donation would get us quite close to getting that milestone hit. Plus, that would immediately snipe the character name bid war we have for the Glenn name bid war. Currently in first place, we have $15 for Yeehaw! And second place, we have Japlore 2 with $10. And then in third place, we have Good Osmorn with $5.
That's Osmorn's good
If you don't
side.
like it, yeah. That is Osmor's good side. And if you don't like any of those names too, you can submit your own name for this character bid war through the donate link in chat. You only need to pay $16 to snipe it right now too. So if you want to see that name be something we haven't listed, be the change you want to see in this world and help support this wonderful cause of getting Doodleplex back on her feet.
Bronze, Copper Mail, Dragoon's Honor. Yeah, I have pretty good stats here. Of course, there's still plenty of characters to be had. Yeah, so, okay, so 36. If I somehow don't remember that, Izala, let me know, or just remind me.
Yep, I wrote it down.
Okay, thank you. Alright, Marcy, what do you think these little guys here are? Wrong answers only.
Let's see. I'm gonna take a look. Those are Pikmin.
Pikmin? Honestly?
Yeah. Yeah.
That tracks.
I think that tracks.
That tracks.
And I bet they taste great.
It's close enough because they're called like Neovolts.
Maybe I'm just hungry. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we had to pick up. So we pick up Turn Yellow, and Pierre here, who normally doesn't have a use, actually gets a use here because we are going to turn and give Japlorto the yellow element here, and he's going to do a lot more damage to these characters. If I can hit. Ooh, that is a very good crit.
Oh, and you can crit.
So I'm just going to full send this
interesting note about. Also about how the crits work, you can only get critical hits if you do the strong attack with the 3. And it's about a 6.25% chance. So that was really fast.
Yeah, that is like probably one of the fastest fights I've ever had.
Love to see that.
Yeah, and
Are we gonna free the little guys?
the little guy in the corner? No.
Yeah. Oh, I want them to be my friend.
I don't think you could free them until like later, but even then, no.
Well, hey, speaking of friends.
Sorry, Pip.
Speaking of friends, I just want to go ahead and say we have a $55 donation from Sheriff who just simply says smiley face.
Oh my
And
goodness.
with that, we have hit a total of $1,000 raised for saving Sarah here on our first day. Thank you so very much, chat, for your generosity today. We will be seeing that blindfolded Dario fight happening right at the end of this run. Thank you so very much for that donation.
That is so generous.
Blindfolded Dario!
Thanks. Like, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much. We get to see Marcy, like, beat up a
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be on screen.
Yeah, oh my god, you're gonna be... Marcy's gonna be famous beating up a big baddie super boss. Like, oh my gosh.
I love baddies. That's true.
Alright, so 36, right?
36.
3... Yeah, and if I don't do this, I lose like 4 minutes because I have to fight one of the big thingies, and that's... or big yellow robots, and that's extremely rude. They have to beat up those yellow robots because they kind of hurt. Yeah, thank you so much for your generosity, everyone.
Yeah, and by the way, that milestone incentive is not the last thing to give money towards today, too. We are still raising money for a wonderful cause, getting Sarah back on her feet, and we still have that bid war. That $55 donation didn't actually go to any of the character names for that bid war, so that is still a wide open playing field for getting your favorite characters and favorite name applied to the Glenn character as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, actually, you have like 20 minutes left, like just under 20 minutes left.
20 minutes? 20 minutes, y'all. I want to see Jablor 2 be the name of the character, but maybe you have something else in mind. So go to ! Donate in the chat if you want to have that run, if you want to have that character not just be named. Yeehaw!
You know, we're facing you, by the way, Marcy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for beating you
I
up.
hope I win.
Honestly?
Yeah, things
This
could
strength
happen.
is pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, Marcy is a boss.
I have been often called that.
Yeah, so this game, so the old man, who is actually, for those of you who play Chrono Trigger, this guy is actually Balthazar. He explains that you're pretty much in, like, you got put into a second world, a sort of just like alternate reality, or an AU for you fancy fan fiction readers. Wow, Marcy told us to zip it. That's so rude. That's so rude. Like, I'm just kidding.
Did Surge get isekai'd?
Jaflordo got isekai'd to another realm, another AU where, like, he died. That's unfortunate.
Oh my gosh, I'm so cute. Look at me in my little...
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God.
Oh no.
I'm gonna beat the heck out of you. Sorry, Sarah. I want to win this fight.
Alright, so this is a big fight where I actually have to track damage here. And this is actually, like, kind of bad because I had to repeat this pattern. So I had to... So basically, when Marcy hits critical HP, which is about 25% of her HP, she has 500.
You're so smart. How about this?
Okay, that's a good target.
This fight is kind of the
That was
big
my
test.
secret move.
I'm gonna play the safe. Yeah, you basically bop people with the shield.
That's just how I am. Love that for me.
I can do this. This should be good.
Yeah, this should be good with the like 15 strength or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I do not kill her when she's in critical HP, she does Ice Blast, and it can hit all enemies, and that's
+2.
extremely bad news. Yeah, +2 is really good. And yay, we got Ice Blast. Nice try, Marcy. That was a really valiant effort. You have...
I did my best.
I don't know...
To use my secret move,
Yes.
which is a comment for one person in chat who's currently mad at me in DMs for saying it.
You know, what do you typically main? Like, do you main like mages or like rogues?
Me,
Or, like,
it really
warriors?
depends on the type of game. I'm usually I want the biggest, baddest sword I can find so I can just pancake my enemies. But it just really depends on the game. It's either big, I just smush everything, or I have the smallest, lightest weapon and I'm fast as heck.
That sounds like Marcy. Marcy is
That
just
is so me.
Marcy is a very fast character, and also she has a little shield to bop people with, and apparently she's very good at dodging attacks.
You know, the problem with being faster than light is that you're always trapped in darkness.
True. Oh yeah, this is the character we just saw is a very beloved character. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing much of her, at least for the speed run. But yeah, the Marcy fight is mechanically quite complex because you have, like I said, there's a lot that comes into these fights because you have to track so many things. Alright, so 2-2. This is a very good fight. Or this is a very good roll too because I have very high strength. I'm a little nervous to see what Glenn and Lena will have. But we shall see.
Yeah, what's the trade-off?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you this about Glenn right now. I'm pretty sure Glenn is not going to have that name and instead is currently going to have Yeehaw, because that is in the lead for that bid war with $15. Chat, Jiplor2 is in second place with $10. That means that Jiplor2 is $6 away from taking the lead and giving Glenn that new name. But we also do have Good Osborne in third place with $5 as well. Any amount towards these names for the bid war can really shake things up. And we only have like 10 or so minutes left until that bid war closes. So make sure to get your donations in so that we can see one of those names happen.
Yeah, time is running out quite quickly. I've been sort of going through this at a pretty decent pace, aside from our characters missing a lot of attacks. It's always scary when characters miss attacks because then bosses start dealing a lot of damage, and as is the case for classic RPG, you generally have minimal supplies and minimal stats.
And there's just more you have to track at that point because you end up being off script, and then you got to try to recover, but still keep in mind all the different fight mechanics. It gets disorienting with enough misses.
Also, this is Lynx. He's a very mean kitty. Okay, I'm just gonna pulse in this 3-3. I see. Okay, I'm gonna try and check if he's 8-base AP. This is a very interesting fight.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, so there's also a hidden mechanic where characters can have like naturally sort of more AP. And you also have to work around that because that can change the fight mostly in your favor. But you have to basically, it's just a sort of optimization thing. Okay, that's good. I am actually going to defend here.
This fight can become
I
really
actually
dangerous
have not
because
tracked his HP. Actually, that is not that good. I'm actually gonna go very off script here. I'm going to start with dash and slash.
I believe.
Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't matter if you pilfer or not in this category.
Yeah, I think having the thing will be very useful here. So basically, Lynx runs on a script. Oh, okay. I would have liked to be able to pilfer, but that's okay. I am just gonna hope Lena has good stats. Yeah, so generally, normally in the fight,
other drop.
yeah. So normally in a fight, I would pilfer here, but because the turn order was so off, and tracking HP is also important in this fight too, that I was hoping that I just went with the opposite script. Ideally, you pilfer and then use dash and slash because basically, if you use an element, Lynx will react with a specific attack, and the reason why you try to pilfer like a little bit earlier is to prevent Lynx from using a Nostrum at critical HP, where he heals like 200 HP, which is a lot at this point. But yeah, not having the magic ring is a little unfortunate, but it's definitely workable, especially in this category.
You know, speaking of work, I just want to say, chat, y'all have been incredibly generous having us hit that $1,000 milestone tonight. And with that, I have just gotten word from production as well. We have a brand new incentive milestone that has just opened up now. This is going to be for tomorrow's run of show. We will be having a bonus run of Soul Reaver 2 Remastered any percent being done by Jaxler tomorrow. If we can raise a total of $1,222 in total for that run. That is going to be about 3 runs into tomorrow's show, which is going to be 5 hours into that too. So we can get a head start on making sure we get that bonus incentive added in if we get that money in tonight. Plus, if you put it towards that bid war for the Glenn character name, like we have here, which is a $15 anonymous donation, which has no comment, but went to Glenn Plorto, which is a different name than the current bid war name of Giplorto. We now have 2 different Giplorto names on the bid war, and that has tied for first place with Thank you very much, Anonymous, for that $15 donation. Oh my goodness.
Oh my good. I think is Yeehaw and Glenn Porto tied?
Yeehaw and Glenn Plorto are currently tied with $15 each, and then Giplor 2 is in third place, I guess, with $10, and Good Osmorn is in fourth place. There's so many places with $5. Oh my goodness gracious!
He said the word. He said the Chrono Trigger.
He said the word.
I'm gonna say, chat, we are like about under 10 minutes because I'm also gonna say this. There's a lot of cutscenes here that I have to do this menu real quick.
There is time.
So there is time, but time's running out.
If you want to snipe it, but yep.
Please, thank you. Yeah, we have plenty of cutscenes to go through, and then we'll be getting Glenn. So time's running out for y'all to put in your donations. And put it towards the bid war. It's a heated competition.
It sure is heated. Being tied in first place is quite something when multiple character names are just the same misspelling of a word.
I don't even want to know what's going to happen. I don't even want to know what's going to happen if we have tied incentives. We're gonna have to really cook, but you chat, you can decide the fate of Glenn's name.
Chat, please. The kitchen is so hot. We have cooked so much. Make this easy for us. Go ahead and snipe that name for this bid war so that we don't have to think. We've thought enough tonight.
Yeah, so an update here on this plot, since we've got some time to kill, is that so basically, you saw a lot of stuff happen at the manor, like links appeared, and then we were trying to grab the Frozen Flame, which is like this really ancient artifact that does a lot of things, and Links kind of chased us and out of the manor, and a kid got hit by one of Lynx's poison daggers, and subsequently got poisoned, and it's a poison to where like it can't be cured except with a Hydra, or from, I think the scales from a Hydra. So basically, plot-wise, you're presented with a decision here to help Kid or just like leave her because like apparently Hydras are extinct. So we're gonna be mean to Kid. Apologies to the Kid fans, and we're gonna leave her behind, just mainly because if we do try to save her, then we have to face like a pretty hard boss early on, and I don't remember if we get Glenn or not, if we accidentally somehow pick the option to try to save Kid.
I am not sure either.
I've done too many speedruns. Thankfully though, unlike saying no to Kid 3 times, choosing to just leave Kid there is the first option, so... Yeah, we also get this Astro Amulet.
also known as the Amulet of Plot Armor.
Yeah. Wow, Florida is not nice. Yeah, I think if you actually try to choose a safer, you can actually use that amulet to travel to... That amulet of plot armor allows you to travel between the worlds. Oop. But yeah, so... I should say in general also with this being a 6-hour run for the full game, you get plenty of breaks in between. And so there's plenty of cutscenes that are just like 3 or 4 minutes. And you have plenty of time especially to get like a stretch break or so. So chat, don't forget to hydrate as well. I know it's been a long day. But everyone gets to chill and relax to this great music and this great soundtrack. The funny part is, like, despite him kind of just telling us off for saying that we won't help Kid, we still ask him to borrow his boat. I thought that was a pretty funny plot detail. But yeah, actually, these set of characters are actually sort of just like have... Their main quirk is when they say cha, it's all in caps. So like, we won't let cha do that, for example. And basically, like, of course he won't let us loan the boat, but his mom comes in and just like, hey, you give that boat to him right now. And he's like, okay. There's just a lot of plot that goes on at this point.
And the overall run kind of just alternates between boss rush and plot dumps. So it's kind of nice. You get downtime if you do the full run.
Yeah, in full runs, I've just been able to, like, eat up dinner or just, like, even, just, like, do my laundry. I've done plenty of things while just, like, doing this run.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think the most of the worst plot dumping happens at the end, where you get like an entire book's worth of plot dumped onto you. Yeah, it's very. I would say this. I mean, there's the combat system in this game is stressful as a speedrun, but you still have plenty of just like really chill parts, and of course, like, again, the soundtrack for this game is very, very good.
Yeah, Sanjan, and I also just want to check in on this as well. How much more time do we have until the Glen name has to be chosen?
Not much time left. I'll probably signal it like when we start the final cutscene in this area, but there's not much time left. Like, we are literally getting on the boat and then doing a bit more plot, and then we get Glenn. So if you want to snipe that, now's your chance.
Yeah, chat, and we currently have a tie for first place between Glenn Plorto and Yeehaw, both raising $15 each. But we have Geplor 2 in close third place with $10, and Good Osborne in fourth place with $5 as well. It would take only $1 to snipe this donation here away from Glenn Plorto or Yeehaw, or you can always do $16, push us towards that milestone of $1,222 total raise for that bonus run tomorrow of Soul Reaver 2. So get your donations in. This is your last chance to be able to influence this bid war for tonight, chat.
And yeah, so basically here I have to do like a quick shop menu, or some two quick shop menus, and then we'll be very close, so get your donations in. Actually, I gotta focus on this.
Don't make us have to think of how to combine these two.
2 plus.
Oh god, we would have to combine them. Oh no.
I'm workshopping it.
All right, I'm thinking too. Chat, how about if you would like to weigh in on this Glimplore 2 or Yeehaw combination, why don't you go ahead and donate and just snipe it yourself, $16, and you can be the one to combine Glimplore 2 with Yeehaw.
Lato, Sorty.
Even though Lita is going to be mostly summoning things, still important to get her weapon, just because generally the higher tier weapons are going to have a higher % chance to hit, and even though it's a slight increase, there's not very many ways to improve your hit %.
Yeah, so one of the items that we had gotten earlier, the Dragoon's Honor, does improve accuracy, and Lena has to later on, Lena's going to have to hit some very important hits. And yeah, also, here's Glenn. You've got about a minute left.
Chat, we have a minute left. Please break this tiebreaker. We need to see one of these names be chosen.
Yeah, pretty much when Glenn starts appearing in the next cutscene, in this next screen is when I'm gonna call it off. So, get in your last set of donations.
Get this in.
So, in about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, you can close the incentive.
All right, that's your countdown, chat.
And yep, that's a close the incentive.
All right, let me give this one more refresh real quick. With that, it looks like
tied.
We are gonna have to figure out how to combine these two names, or you'll have to choose, Sanjan. It's a tie between Glenn Plortu and Yeehaw.
All right. Hear me out. How about Yee Plortha?
Oh my god. Yee Plortha? Alright, I'm gonna need some spelling help on this one.
I was gonna spell it Glee Portha, but that also works.
How do you want to spell it? Yee Plortha?
I was like Y-E-E.
Y-E-E.
P-L-O-R-T.
P-L-O-R-T. Haw.
And then Haw.
Oh my god.
Well, Chad, this is what I guess this is what you donated for.
Yeah,
thank you for
your donations.
For this.
So you also get matcha, but that's okay. Oop, I forgot to. That's okay.
Yeah.
We get to watch the cutscene.
Thank you everyone for your donations towards this bid war though, and for helping us name this character. Y'all have absolutely exceeded expectations tonight, getting us over this $1,000 milestone mark. And hey, we've already gotten a head start on the milestone for tomorrow. We have 1,222 is the mark to beat if we want to get that Soul Reaver 2 bonus run by Jaxler after their Soul Reaver 1 speed run tomorrow. So if you want to help us keep getting a head start on that, exclamation point donate in the chat. You'll be helping support Sarah and Mitch. I mean,
Bill?
You have.
Oh my, okay. It's okay. Winnable.
I
She's gonna
believe.
need some gains.
I need Yeehaw, Flordo, and Lena to respectively hit the gym and hit the books. Hopefully they will. I have to do this menu. And then, I have to do this a little slightly complicated menu here. So basically, I'm equipping. So strengthen and are gonna be very useful things that you're gonna see here. July, turn red.
Also see the kind of like -3 on some of these because each element kind of has like a level that it is considered like the base level, but you can actually equip them a range higher or lower than that depending on the element. They have different ranges, and so you're gonna see Sanjan putting a lot of the buffs on kind of the lower level, which if they were damage spells, it would actually do slightly less damage from having it on the lower level. But for the buffs, they don't actually impact the strength at all, so it ends up just being easier since we need fewer element levels to use them.
Yeah, if Yeehaw, Flordo, and Lena don't get stats, it's gonna be a pretty rocky second half of this run. Yeah, also to mention, sort of just like game-wise from this point, it's pretty open world. You can go explore, since you have a boat, you can go explore in a lot of the islands. And for this portion, yeah, we get put on this very foggy, sort of just like pirate ship.
So a nice little mechanic in Chrono Cross that will take advantage of here. You can actually run from any encounter in the game, and some of the encounters, if you run from, you just skip them.
Yeah, I think funny enough, they're generally not a thing, but they are kind of a thing in this area.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's another one of the recruitable characters. We actually use him a lot later on because he's a very good character, a blue innate character. But we would be seeing him towards the later half of the full game speedrun. But yeah, basically he kind of just like traps us within this pirate ship because he doesn't know who we are. Since we're basically trying to now get to Fort Dragonia. Yeah, so basically the second half of this game, once we get past like this main part, is just gonna be a huge boss rush. Polly! Yeah, so this is...
That chicken does not look right. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. That's rude. Yeah, so for this fight, I basically mainly do not want to see Polly take a turn early. I spoke too soon. Okay. Ooh, okay.
Oh, okay. Not often that the Surge would have the lowest HP here, but at least nobody died.
Yeah, so this is potentially a very scary fight. It is, I'm gonna hope, I mean, I have Revive just in case, but it's quiet. It's not a great fight so far, but this should, hopefully, if we get all of our hits in, because Glenn Flordo has pretty good stats. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, that's
That's good.
I am gonna do less damage though. Actually, no, I did about the same damage. Okay. That was a little rocky with the misses. Misses seem to be a theme right now. I did a practice run. Okay, so, Yeehaw Porto got, Strength Low, which is not bad, but I would like to see more magic on Lena.
Fortunately, it is rarer to get magic stat increases. But there should be enough fights before it becomes a big problem.
Yeah. Like, right now, we don't really want... we're not using her magic stat as much. It's, like, more as a support, but... she is eventually going to become, like, our main damage dealer, so... okay. It's a pretty simple boss fight here. I'm probably gonna need some extra damage from Lena, maybe, after this. But yeah, this is a homage to, Chrono Trigger. Okay, good. So some characters, when you put them together, can do sort of just like special attacks, so X Strike is an example of that. Good old homage to, Chrono Trigger. Oh yeah, we get to see more fun FMVs.
Ooh.
That really is a very mean kitty. Alright, so we're coming up to one of the more infamous sections of this game, where it's very RNG heavy. So in this section, we're actually going to be invaded by a bunch of monsters, and we need to be able to unlock the keys to these upper stairs, but there's 3 areas where we can get the keys, and if we don't get it first try, we basically lose about like 20 seconds for each one, because for each of them we have to fight a regular mob. So luckily we can just skip this one. But we're hoping, if you want to put your predictions in chat, a 1 through 3. Hopefully I'm getting the number 1. Or else I'll be a little sad. And this is also sort of a precise dodge section as well, because I basically have to run around these low monsters. You know, I'm gonna go with the middle, number 2. I'm just not gonna manifest number 3. That was done perfectly. It's kind of hard to do that, especially for new runners.
Also harder in RDE.
Yeah. But yeah, we are forced to fight this first encounter because it's guarding the chest that we want. And a lot of this will be... Yeah, so, another funny, interesting little tidbit is that you'll see, like, each of these, enemies are gendered. So, female enemies, have, about 5% less HP than male enemies, so that's something that you also have to keep in mind in the game. Alright.
Let's go, women.
Yeah, let's go, women. Oh, first try.
Nice.
Today's your day, Morrissey. That's it.
It sure is. Between me beating up a dude blindfolded and this is gonna be great.
So I might be short.
I guess you're beating him up. Yeah.
I might be short on money. Hopefully not. Sorry, I was just thinking. There's a lot
Oh, you're
think
good.
about. Yeah, we get to see more sea shine. And the blindfold incentive. I should be able to do this. If not, I'll be a little sad. Okay, nice. Yeah, these little, like... Those little things that run around are very annoying. Mainly because... their pattern is pretty random, and they, as you saw, they walk and run very fast. Alright, this is a single ghost. I'll probably handle it just for there. Okay. Since it's quick.
The nice thing is if you are short on money, you can skip buying the diminished for this category.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just so habituated to doing the full category. Yeah, so in the full
it's just like
game we need
natural.
both. Yeah.
You know, speaking of making sure we have enough money, I just got word from production. We have a brand new bid war that just opened up. This is going to be the first run of tomorrow's stream, the Little Big Planet 2 run. This is going to be opening at the start of the run and also all throughout the run. This is going to be choosing which Sackboy costume that the runner will be playing as. We have 7 different options available for this. You can either play as the Marvel costume, the DC costume, the Toy Story costume, Sonic costume, Sly Cooper costume, Ratchet and Clank's costume, or the Final Fantasy costume as well. So if you want to get donations towards that bid war, that's going to be first starting at the start of the run, which is the beginning of the event tomorrow. Definitely get your donations put towards that, because we also have that incentive to raise the $1,222 to get that bonus run of Soul Reaver 2 80% by Jaxler after their run tomorrow as well. So that's gonna be really fun. I love the Little Big Planet games. They are such a treat of a platformer series.
Oh yeah, Marcy, this is Deadhead. What? How? I'm trying to like cook.
Deadhead, I don't see a tie-dye t-shirt here.
True. No, I was trying to cook something up, like to say to make a little mini bit. I was trying to think, like, how Plorto's shape do you think Deadhead is?
I definitely think this is more Plorto than Kiki. That's true.
Okay.
I'm still trying to think of what a Plorto is to begin with.
All I can think about is Portos, which is like a pastry place. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hungry now. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm hungry. I'm making dinner after this run. Oh goodness. I got burrito leftovers in the fridge. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Are there any good foods in this game as well? Any foods you're like, dang, I wish this was real?
I don't even remember if they have characters eating food. I mean, there's cooks.
Really?
There's a hell cook. I'm sure they cook up some hell food.
I wonder what hell food tastes like.
Very spicy.
Ooh, I would love some spicy hell food. Oh my gosh.
Alright. And for safety, I'm just gonna go get some more, healing items. Yeah, Lena's still at 11 magic. I kind of would like her to please, girl, I need you to hit the books, please, or else I'm gonna have a miserable time. But yeah, now that the fog's out, we can access this area. And for this part, Yeehaw Plordo will be our sort of just like main damage dealer for this, so we're basically swapping pretty much all of our gear for that. Move.
If you've played this game casually at all, you may think that you need to get the Water Dragon God's blessing to enter this place, but you actually don't. You just have to accept that you take damage going through the magma.
Yeah.
But fortunately, that doesn't matter.
There's healing items for that, essentially.
Exactly.
July, Turtwitch, this. Okay, I might have a chance at being able to get the one hit, so I'll risk it for the biscuit. But yeah, Salt and Pepper are back. They're gonna teach us about powerful elements.
Teach us about a whole mechanic that we never use during the speedrun because it's horribly slow.
Yeah, so basically there's trap elements that trap like really powerful elements, but you have to wait for the monster that you're fighting to try to use it. I mean, I guess casually it's a decent way to get powerful elements, but also really, really slow. Any crits? That's good.
No.
Yeah, actually, like I've had it in my test run. He had a second round of hitting Salt, which was pretty funny. I actually kind of needed that. I needed that damage. Oh, nice crit.
That will help.
I think I should be able to do this fast strat. I'm not sure. I'll try it.
I believe.
It's just that Lena has just like really bad magic that I do not think it's possible, but we'll see. Okay. Just do that. Go 1-3 here. And then I'll just full send a 3-3. So 1. Okay, that's a lot of crits. I'll just... This should kill.
Nice.
That was a weird way to do that fight, but it works out.
Just
Alright,
crit.
I would like Lena to hit 12 magic. Thank you, girl. Alright, I had to see if Yeehaw Plordo hit about 19 or 18 strength. Because then I could possibly do a really fast strat. And this next boss is honestly very scary. Because this next boss can hit really hard. And I had to make sure I take the save
Also,
before.
Yeah, the save is important because even though you can run from all of the boss fights, this is one of like 2, I think, in the whole run that you can run from it and restart the fight, but you are not able to get into the menu in between those attempts. So it can be kind of dangerous and risky for that reason.
Yeah, I did not get a strength level, unfortunately, so I'll have to do the standard strats, but for this fight, I am very much hoping this fun little cute fire dragon does not get his turn early. If he gets his turn early, it is very bad because he is also very quick.
Yeah, it should be the quickest boss in this category. He has 6 AP, so we only get to spend 6 stamina before he's guaranteed a turn.
Okay, at least passable. Okay, that's good.
Nice.
Do we fight
So that's considered
Walmart
a good start.
Tyranitar in this category?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I kind of did this wrong, but hopefully I hit this. Okay. Unfortunately not. That's a full game category thing. But there is a Walmart Tyranitar, as we like to call it. Actually, I can probably do the fastest strat, honestly. So I'm gonna actually try for the fastest strat. Because I got the crit. Yeah, unfortunately you don't get to see it in the speedrun, but there are dragons in this speedrun. There are dragons in the full speedrun, and all of them have really awesome designs. If you look them up, you can also tell us your favorite dragon. Everyone loves the water dragon, I should say. Okay, that was close though. We should kill on the next hit. Or we should kill on the next set of hits.
I'm just hoping we get to go fight Great Olm in the corner over there.
Okay. Yeah, we were a bit off. Mainly because...
Manifesting the rare drop.
Yep. I would like a rare drop, or the good rare drop. Sad. We did get 13 magic though.
Yep.
I'm gonna actually heal the burn here. So 17. Yeah, after this, I will actually also transfer an honor to Lena because she desperately needs more magic. But if we get 2 more magic, we're in pretty good shape. But I am effectively 1 less magic because I don't have the magic ring. Oh yeah, we also get to face Marcy again. She has a very funny quote.
Hi. I'm funny.
She tells the Flourish, like, I hate you, I hate your family, your mom, your dad, everything.
She's so real for that.
Okay, so here I'm hoping for Zilla, which is the gladiator-looking guy, to not be first. Or to not go before, to not go early. Good. Okay, that's a little early, but I think that's still doable as long as we don't get misses. Yeah, funny enough, Marcy's like the fastest with 6 AP.
Fast as heck.
Sorry, Marcy.
Oh. Okay.
It's okay, you'll get your chance at glory in about 30 minutes.
You absolutely will. Oh, I'm so excited. That's gonna be such a fun fight.
I should be able to do a 1-3-3 here. Okay, good. Yeah, basically, yeah, this fight is also tough just because you have so many AP from people to track. It's very easy to get sort of lost in the sauce.
Any of the fights with 2 or 3 enemies just becomes like a variance nightmare.
Yeah. This probably won't kill, but it'll be quite close. Lena might go bye-bye. Okay, I'm actually gonna do this because I really want Lena alive. So the thing is, if a character dies during the boss fight, they won't get the stat ups, and I'm intentionally wanting to bring Lena back because I need her to have a chance to get a stat up because she's still only 13 magic. 13 magic is still not good, but it's okay. 13 is like the minimum, sort of just like passable, but ideally we would want to see more.
You know, I personally would love to see some more donations coming in for that bid for tomorrow for the Little Big Planet 2 run to choose the costume, because not only is that going to help us hit that milestone of $1,222 raised to get that bonus Soul Reaver 2 any percent run, but that's also going to be helping out our dear friend Doodleplex. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but there are many barriers to secure housing here in the US, and those barriers are even greater for women and people in controlling domestic situations like what Sarah's been through. According to Lotus House, 63% of all people working minimum wage in America were women, and women earn less than men in all fields. Additionally, a large contributing problem to women's housing insecurity are domestic relationships, with 57% of unhoused women reporting that domestic violence was the direct reason for their hardship. These risk factors make it even more important to support women facing housing hardship in their lives, and is a large part of why we're here supporting Sarah today. So I want to thank you all once again for getting us over $1,000 here on our first day of Saving Sarah, and just want to remind y'all that all the donations that we'll continue to get for either the milestone or for these bid wars is going to this wonderful cause of helping our dear friend Sarah to get back on her feet.
Oh my goodness, Lena has missed everything. Okay, I'm gonna have to do an Aqua here. So 1, 2. There's a 3 here and Ice Blast. Yeah, we're in kind of just like not the best spot-ish, just mainly because that's a good frozen.
Nice.
Our characters have been missing left, right, and center. Wow, not even enough damage. I'm gonna hope Glurt. Okay.
Okay then.
Well, welcome to Chrono Cross, everyone.
Rude.
Oh my god, I did not know that did that much damage.
Yeah. This guy starts to get dangerous if the fight drags on too long.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Oh my goodness. Good thing I bought extra healing items. Alright. Okay, 14 magic.
Okay, we at least earned the magic.
Yeah.
Good, good, good.
Yeah, so at the very least, that fight is very important to do. Mainly because it'll give us Frog Prince, and as I alluded earlier, Frog Prince is gonna be our main damage ability, and the only person who can use it is someone innate to that element, and Lena is a blue element. Some last minute abilities. And Cure, and Frog Prince. And then I'm going to switch the Dragoon's Honor onto Lena. Yeah, so I'm still effectively like lower magic than I would like, but at least it's not as bad of a spot as I was in earlier. And yeah, the random nature of these stat ups is just mainly that you just basically have to deal what you get. And even if it seems like they have low stats, they might have spurts where suddenly they just get nothing but +2 stats, which is like really good. So a lot of this game is not only dealing with RNG and tracking everything, it's being able to work around stats. And even more so less ideal stats. Yeah, also enjoy the banger, chill music. This area is really good. But yeah, we're pretty much coming up to the boss rush area. And as you see here, we're pretty much doing a whole bunch of just like little dungeon puzzles here, which is not too bad. Oop. Get easily tracked, stuck on corners here. Okay. And fingers crossed I do not forget to make sure that I select all these platforms, because the main thing is that we basically want to be able to get to the top of Fort Dragonia, and in order to, we basically have to light up all the dragon statues.
It's very easy to just leave there without returning to the center to interact.
So the main little quirk that we have with our favorite frog prince is that you need the whole field to be blue in order to use it. So we bought a lot of blue elements, but you'll see us using these blue elements very strategically, so that basically we can get up to being able to use frog prince as fast as we can. 2, 3. And some of these bosses, if they cast another element, it's pretty much over from there, and you have to work around that.
You get a pass on the first boss though, because it's a blue innate boss that casts blue elements, so it doesn't really mess you up, but the rest of them, it's definitely something to be careful of.
Yeah. And I'm actually have to take the slower strat here just because Lena's too low of a magic to do that. But yeah, also a very cute, definitely Flortos shaped boss, I would say. And Gloopy did nothing wrong.
Oh my gosh, that's a gloopster if I've ever seen one. The gooey goo.
Its abilities are just like really cute, but also like the very funny part is that like one of its attacks like just basically heals you.
Love that.
Yes. And then Ice Blast, and then hopefully we should get... Oh, we haven't even explained stamina refreshes, but they're a very complicated mechanic. Basically something that you take in with stamina refreshes is that if you do that as soon as if everyone defends as soon as they get a turn, then you basically get a full stamina refresh like that. It can be very useful in certain situations. I actually do not need a... I don't need the Port Hall live for to be active for this. But I might need like extra damage.
Here it is.
Get your favorite OS frog emojis out. That's really low damage. That's still good enough though, because Gloopy doesn't have that much HP. But yeah, that's probably the easiest one. The next ones will be much harder, especially with lower magic Lenas. And I think some of the runners, especially specifically Handy. Oh, 15 is good. Or Handy has apparently gone through the entire first section of this with the 10 or 11 magic Lena.
I want to say it was 11. It was a fun time.
Yeah, hopefully actually we see 16 because it makes one of the later bosses a lot more guaranteed. I mean, I guess ideally 17 because of how equipment works. I'm actually going to take a safety save here because I do have kind of lowish stats. And mine being safety save is just hovering over it because in the Radical Dreamers edition, thankfully you get all the saves.
And the upcoming boss has some elements that can do quite a bit of damage.
A little bit of a small break here, hydration break. Just mainly because you have to wait for the yellow robot. There is a spot where you can kind of, like, if you sit in a very specific corner, you can go through it and save like, I think 3 or 4 seconds, but if you hit it, you lose like 2 minutes.
It's not worth it. It's
Can I?
It's pretty hard to get.
Oh. Of course. Yeah, so these little disappearing guys, not very Porto shaped because they are mean and pretty much I hit them. They basically kind of just like go transparent for a few moments and the duration is completely random, so there I got a little unlucky. I decided to walk here to sort of see where our friend is. Okay. And yeah, for this boss fight, I am basically hoping that Lita hits everything that she needs to hit, or else it's gonna be very rocky.
I believe. You got this.
Alright, Lena, I believe in you, girl. Okay, not the most ideal. That's perfectly fine. Weak-minded. Yeah, so if he had hit Lena, I would have had to take extra turns. To be able to cure myself. And pretty much the turn economy here is going to quickly turn very critical. Because he has some very strong attacks.
And they're also green, so we kind of have to set things up so that in one turn we have enough resources available to turn the field blue, do whatever buffs we need to do, and then use the Frog Prince. And to make it more fun, we'll use the Magnify ability, which has the property of increasing all element damage by 1.5 times, which also includes any elements cast by the enemies.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword because your enemy... And coincidentally, if you saw me by diminish, it decreases. It decreases element damage by half, or it halves the damage. Rather, English is hard. But yeah, thankfully we got it. I do not know if this kills. I think it should, especially because he applied weak-minded, which lowers its magic defense.
Close.
Okay, that was just enough. Yeah, hopefully I hit. And hopefully I get another magic level on, or magic stat up on Lena. Okay, that's actually pretty good.
Yes. Yeah.
I do actually need to manually heal though, because I forgot to manually heal. But oh, there's a very fun boss coming up, Marcy. You have to tell me how the portal shape it is.
All right, I'm locked in.
Let's see. I usually open that up like after I've done the boss, but I did it before the boss this time. We have to do the opposite. I think I activated that last dragon statue, right? I'm pretty sure I did. We'll find out.
We'll find out soon.
Okay. I always low-key get nervous that I didn't. Because there's always that part of me that is like slightly paranoid.
It's pretty much a rite of passage to have forgotten at least one of the pillars.
Yeah. I don't think I've had that happen to me yet. Thankfully, but you never know. So we're gonna switch to Japorto here. Quick autosave here. Alright, Marcy, you have to rate the Plorto-ness of this. Okay.
I think it's more Jeppel than Ordo, you know?
Yeah, I can see that. Turn blue. Yeah, the name of this boss is Son of a Gun, which I think is a great 10 out of 10 name. The funny thing is that you can also turn enemies a certain element, and if you turn the back, and if you cast the same turn blue on them again, it reverts that. So we basically sort of just use this trick to be able to quickly get blue elements in. Now we've cast Frog Prince, so hopefully this does enough damage. Son of a Gun does not actually not have that much HP, but it is extremely tanky and just does not take much damage in general. I think I need a little more damage. Okay.
Nope.
This boss gets very bad very quick if you let it have multiple attacks, mainly because the sun goes kissy-wussy and you can get slept. That's precisely why we go for the Panaceas, because we need to be able to cure that status effect.
And is really slow to see the animation play out.
Alright, we're coming up on the last 3 bosses.
Ooh.
Yeah, the last part of this, this is basically very much a huge boss rush, but all of the bosses, like, they teach you very fundamental mechanics of this game, and it takes quite a bit to master, to be able to master this run. So a lot of new runners will basically, because the run is very long, spend a lot of time just practicing like the first 2 hours or so of this run. No drip bats. I hear a drip bat. I'm gonna try just to... Okay. And then hopefully... Okay. I should be able to go through. So on RDE, I don't mind hitting this encounter because in order to easily dodge this Dragoon here, I had to basically kind of do a loop around. But it's more worth it to do in the PS1 version just because getting into encounters takes a lot of time. But yeah, this next boss coming up is actually probably honestly the most dangerous boss in this dungeon, because if it goes south, it goes south very quick. And again, I'm gonna need...
Yeah, unfortunately... Yeah. This boss unfortunately has an element that will do that will hit our entire party at once. So if he's able to use it, there's a chance, because we'll use Magnify again, that it will wipe out the whole party, and of course that's a game over if everybody dies.
Yeah, we're basically hoping to be able to phase it without getting hit by the very powerful attack. So this boss has 2 phases, and we are hoping once it gets to the second phase it doesn't take an immediate action. There's a chance it might. If it takes an immediate action, it's pretty bad. Okay, that's pretty good. Hopefully this hits. Yay. That's kind of low AP, but that's okay. And now here we just basically need to build up to Frog Prince. So as long as I don't miss like a million hits, I should be able to get this. So it's very likely I still need to do some extra damage here, but the Surge can generally just fill in the rest of the damage. But I will see the next attack, but it's not a big deal. Because after we cast Frog Prince, we don't mind getting any other elemental attack. That's unfortunate that Jumplordo missed. Okay, that's fine. actually pretty cool at that. And Geporto's using his big Jedi mind powers to levitate a big one-eye monster. Okay, so 22 strength is a little low, but that's fine for this. Yeah, we're pretty much coming up to the end of the run, and then it's the blindfold incentive that y'all graciously donated for. I was hoping to be able to to beat that bat, but
it had to get in there one more time.
Okay. Alright, so this next boss coming up is not bad, but in the full game run, it's famous because you actually want the 90% drop on here, and if you get the 10% drop, you're a very sad person. But thankfully, since we're not doing the full game run, it's not a big deal, but it's also makes many runners very nervous. But yeah, here's the scene I mentioned that we saw 10 times. Yeah, surely we haven't seen Geporto go evil mode on us.
He's the main character, he would never do that.
Our good boy Geporto would never do that.
Geporto...
And chat raises a great point. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say real quick, Geporto, like, hasn't said anything. Go on.
That's true. And chat raises a good point. We're one donation away from getting 60 unique donations tonight as well. And chat, even if this is the last run of the night, this is not the last incentive that you are able to donate towards. We have a milestone of $1,222 to get that bonus run of Soul Reaver to any percent tomorrow after Jaxler's run of Soul Reaver. That's going to be the third game on tomorrow's schedule. And we have a costume bid war for Little Big Planet 2. That's our opener game for tomorrow as well here on this stream. You have several different options that you can put towards this donation bid war, which are Marvel, DC, Toy Story, Sonic, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, and Final Fantasy for you RPG heads in chat. So any donations put towards that are gonna probably cinch the opening costume that Little Big Planet 2, the main character, will be wearing, and it'll be pushing us towards that $1,222 milestone as well. So if you want to help us get a head start on that incentive for tomorrow, please get your donations in here so we can directly benefit Sarah in her housing instability and financial instability crisis she is dealing with.
Oh wow, I need extra damage. Classic. Okay, that should be enough. Alright, do we get the fake being unlucky? We thankfully did not. Wow, that kid... Wow, the big mean kitty backstabbed someone.
That's rude.
That's a really rude kitty. So yeah, Lynx is actually the final boss in this section here. But honestly, pretty straightforward boss. We're hoping to see Light Hook not on Surge. I mean, Geporto, which thankfully did not hit Geporto. That's a bad miss. that's fine. That's not the worst miss ever, but that's a very annoying miss. Yeah, well, our characters have been missing a lot today. That's an interesting turn order. I'm gonna try this. So 3, 4, 5.
Fun little fact about that element there, Lynx actually will use one of your elements. He will just pick one at random from whatever Chrono has equipped. I think it's the only time the game does this.
Wow. You go, girl.
Yeah.
Alright, time is coming up very soon once we hit the results screen from this. That is basically the end of the run. And then we'll get straight into the segment here, so get ready on time. Alright, that's time. Alright, so there's a lot of plot that happens here. Unfortunately, we are pretty much done here, so sadly to y'all, we will not see this part. There's a lot that happens, which you can see more if you watch someone do a full game speedrun, but since let's not delay, we'll get to mainly because we have a lot to go through before we get to the boss. You all donated so graciously for an incentive, so I have a pre-save here that I have loaded. So this is sort of more later in the game. And actually, you do face this boss. I'm actually gonna turn this on. In the later parts of this speedrun. But this is in the regular game, also a very tough speed boss. And we're not gonna start the timer yet, just mainly because I do need to put time to put my blindfold on, and we do have a very large cutscene, but I'll sort of quickly explain what's going on here. So basically, this boss unlocks a very good weapon here. And it's actually used in a speedrun, because we are going to cheat, sort of just like cheat through this, and we have our aforementioned hero here, Marcy, who's going to be the main character in this speedrun. And
I'm gonna beat them up.
And there's going to be a lot here that is going on. So I'll let Azal to explain everything that's going on here. You'll see the battle going on, but I've hit the window and I'm going to put on my blindfold, so I'm actually going to mute myself so you won't hear me, mainly because I need to hear the game, and because it is very sound dependent. And without further ado, I'm going to actually, I'm gonna put this on real quick. So without further ado, let's start the fight in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, as Sanjan mentioned, this is an optional boss that is technically considered a super boss, and it turns out it is possible to do blindfolded. One of the things that...
Sorry to interject. Give us one second. I think chat can't quite see this right now. Chat, give us just a moment. We're gonna make sure this game feed is fixed real quick. All right, chat, and with that, we figured out that Sanjan put the blindfold on us. We have asked her to take it off of us and put it on her, and now the blindfolded fight of Dario shall be beginning. Take it away, Sanjan.
Yeah, so apologies for that. There's a little tech boo-boo that happened, just a little thing that we gotta handle before, but without further ado, let's start the timer. So just start the timer and then feel free to start talking.
All right. As we talked about before, super boss, but we're gonna get this done blindfolded. And one of the things that helps us is this fight is very scripted, but not in the same way that the other boss fights are. Dario is actually programmed to respond in specific ways to characters using elements of certain colors on him. Fortunately, that lets us kind of abuse his programmed reactions to control the entire fight. So we're going to see throughout this that we're going to be doing more or less the same strategy that we saw at the end of Fort Dragonia, where we are attempting to get Marcy buffed up and then just try to get out Frog Prince. But this fight has some other unique things to it that I won't spoil just yet. You'll see the first one of these right about now. In response to using the white element, Dario will use Conductor Rod, which will do that, and just remove a character from the fight. This is actually intentional because due to the way that stamina refreshes and whatnot work, we want there to only be one character alive for the majority of this fight. The reasons for why stamina refreshes work that way are kind of complicated, but this is something that's done in this fight whether it's blindfolded or not. So now we'll be working on getting the last of kind of the debuffing mechanics in, and at this point in the fight it gets a bit interesting since there is randomness to what will happen here that Sanjan will have to use audio cues to pick up on. Actually, not quite yet. We have to use the Frog Prince first. I got ahead of myself in the script. So, there's passing the big major goal for this fight, which is everything required up to the Frog Prince summon. It still requires the 3 blue elements on the field, so it's fairly... you gotta navigate around the reactions to get the ability out. And here, Dario's gonna randomly kill one of the party members. This is actually the one that you want. The fight's actually a bit easier if this happens. And Sanjan will have to use the sound of the attacks to know which one of the characters survived. But fortunately, it's Marcy, which is the easy one. Also see that we got burns on Dario. I didn't notice that before. But we're going to essentially stay in this loop of using Ice Blast on him. With the burns effect, those will actually do, I think, 25% more damage, or 30%, something like that, which will may eliminate one of the Ice Blasts necessary to beat this fight. But at this point, it's just a matter of getting the Ice Blast. He's going to respond with the red element of Weaken, which won't do anything to us because we're doing magic damage, and the fight will pretty much be wrapped. Just get to slap him a bunch of times.
Well, if we're just going to be in a loop, is this a good time to do a donation?
Yeah.
Sure. Then we have a $16 donation from Alec K47 saying, so, as a Sonic runner, I kind of have no choice here for incentives. We got to go fast after all.
That's time.
Shoutouts to the whole speedrunning community. as well as the whole Volunteer fam as we hit time. We look out for each other and it never fails to be heartening to see such generosity and support when one of us is in need. I would have probably moved on if we weren't like this, but I'm glad that I'm still here doing my part. Stay cool and sleep well, everyone. GG Sanjan.
Ooh, that was...
GG.
Yeah, so the main tough thing about this fight, especially casually, is that Dario, like, counters you, and pretty much using a lot of just, like, mechanics knowledge, you can basically make it so that you can cycle him, and as you see with the setup, it requires basically one character to be alive, so there's a lot of manipulation, a lot of strats that come into it, and in a speedrun, you're basically doing this fight very underleveled, or like under-geared.
It's fun, though.
Yeah, it's definitely a very fun fight. And yeah, that's it for me. Thanks everyone for having me. Happy to be around here raising money for a really good cause, and thank you to Izala for commentating for me. You did there's a lot in this fight or this game to be able to explain, and thanks a lot for helping me out. And did you have I mainly want to shout out Super Handy, who couldn't be here because it's very late, but he was pretty much the person who helped me a lot learn this game, and he and also Izala have made a lot of really good resources for this game. Do you have anything else you want to shout out, Izala?
I would just say, if anybody watching is interested at all in learning the game, please check out the Discord. There's a bunch of us there that are always willing to help, like, new people.
Yeah, well, and GG's Sanjan and Izala, you both did wonderfully tonight. That was a fantastic showcase and a fantastic run of Chrono Cross as well. You did, y'all were great. This was super fun. I'm glad I got to hang out with y'all while we did this run tonight. Yeah, and with that, we are going to be wrapping up here for tonight. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us here in Saving Sarah. Did you two have any shout-outs, by the way, before you finished up, before I forget?
I think I've done all of my shout-outs already, and yeah, definitely the folks at the Chrono Cross Discord are extremely helpful, and thanks to everyone for setting up this event, and yeah, making sure that helping people where you can is definitely really, really good. And yeah, stay tuned for more. Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah. And thank you both for joining us. Izala, anything else you'd like to say?
No, just say thanks for everyone watching and willing to support the cause.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having us here. With that, we're going to be throwing it to intermission. We're going to have some final words to share with you all tonight before we finish up the stream, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Good evening, everyone. Once again, my name is Marksy, and y'all have been oh so generous today. We are at the end of day 1 of the Saving Sarah Mutual Aid, and you all have raised a total of $1,031 here for Sarah. Y'all have been incredibly generous, and we are so grateful for having such a wonderful first day for this event. But before we finish up the night and go out to raid a friend, I'd like to remind y'all of what we're here doing and why we're raising money for Sarah in the first place. We are here supporting Sarah, also known as Doodleplex, with the Saving Sarah Mutual Aid event, which is running from today until October 5th, which is this upcoming Sunday. She is currently facing housing insecurity due to a harmful family and relationship situation and needs our help to get back on her feet. Every donation goes directly towards securing housing and financial stability for Sarah. Sarah is a valued member of the volunteer community who helps out whenever she can, so now we're here to help her. Type !donate in chat to donate to Sarah and !schedule to see all the amazing runs we have coming up, as we have 4 more days of runs planned for you all to enjoy. We will be having Little Big Planet 2 starting off tomorrow's run at 11:44 in the Eastern time zone here in the US, or at 8:44 on the Pacific time zone. That's what that bid war we have for it is. And yeah, y'all have just done such an absolute amazing job with the amount of money we've raised. $1,031 in the first day is absolutely no joke. I am so proud of you all. Y'all have been incredibly kind in helping support Sarah to get back on her feet. And with that, that is going to be it for all of us here tonight. We will be seeing you here tomorrow again for another wonderful day of runs. My name, once again, has been Marksy, here helping support Saving Sarah with this event. I will be back later this week as well for it too. I'm looking forward to seeing you all and seeing how much money we can raise. And with that, we are going to go out and set a raid for y'all. So have a good night. Take care of yourself. Drink some water. Eat your food. Do what you got to do to love yourself. And we will see you all tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye-bye.